Good morning, everyone. I am so happy that you could join me again. I have a lot of projects I want to accomplish today. Let's see, we need to harvest and preserve some leeks from the garden. I have a 19th century fern stand that I need to do some restoration work on. What else? I need to buy some flowers for the window garden upstairs. But before we do anything, I need to have my coffee and I need to make breakfast. So please hang out with me today. And the first thing we need to do is fix breakfast. Breakfast is eggs and bell peppers. These are bell peppers from the garden that you and I harvested and froze several weeks ago. So I have some green and red, and then a couple more red here. I'm just going to roughly chop them. Bell peppers are great because you do not have to blanch them before freezing. Just cut them up, pop them into Ziploc bags, and freeze. This will be a 3-egg breakfast. In the comments, let me know if you are always good about having breakfast. I try to be good. Salt, pepper, to the stovetop. My skillet is over low heat, and I'm adding some butter. Add the peppers. Then I will let these cook just until they've thawed and softened. And here come the eggs. I like to cook these low and slow so that they become creamy. I'm just chopping a few parsley leaves from the garden. Breakfast is ready in all of 3 minutes. This is the easiest breakfast in the world. Delicious. I'm going to finish my breakfast in the dining room, and then we can move on to the next project. I've already harvested several of these leeks that we use for leek soup and some other recipes, but today I'm just harvesting leeks to preserve them. Wow, gorgeous. These are the leeks that you and I planted in May. If you missed that episode, I can link it in the description below this video. Well, I think this is a good start for today. I will harvest the remaining leeks later. Let's clean these off, and then I want to chop them up and freeze them. Well, that was a job. So here are the leeks, mostly cleaned. I'm going to cut off the fright wig of roots. And then I wanted to show you how I clean leaks. So I just peel off any of the dry outer layers. These leeks are like perfectly blanched because of the way we planted them. Then I take a knife and I cut an X down to, well, pretty close to the white or blanched area. So I can do this on my board here. Then I take this to the sink and I blast it with running water. But as you can see, because of the way we planted the leeks, there's really no dirt or sand in the leeks at all. My leeks are all washed. Now I'm going to chop them, or rather dice them, and I may rinse them again. My slicing does not have to be any exact measurement because I generally use these leeks for soups and stews, and the occasional omelet. And after the leeks are solidly frozen, which will take probably 1 hour, then I will transfer them to Ziploc bags. Let's head out to the front porch. We have a pair of antique fern stands to clean and protect. So I have two 19th century mahogany fern stands here. I bought these many years ago. It's mostly been ignored, but I want to start using them. This one is in mint condition. This one has a little water damage. I don't know if you can see. This white over here, and there's some white over here. We're going to try to clean this up. First thing I'm going to do is thoroughly dust them with a microfiber cloth. These fern stands were made in the early 19th century. I purchased them for a song at an auction house in New York City. For me, the stands exhibit timeless beauty. Also, they represent a quality of material and craftsmanship that is contrary to the disposable furnishings of our modern society. I am not an expert at antique furniture restoration, but I do know how to clean and protect antique wood and how to remove surface damage such as watermarks. Now that the wood is free of dust, I thoroughly clean it with odorless mineral spirits applied to cheesecloth. Mineral spirits is great for cleaning because it does not dissolve the shellac finish that was commonly used on 19th century furniture. After cleaning the stand with mineral spirits, I wipe down the wood with a clean cloth. Then I rub out the white watermarks with a specially treated cloth. I can link this cloth in the description below if you are interested. And as a final step, I protect the wood with paste wax. This particular wax has a slight mahogany tint. I apply only a thin layer of the wax and then allow it to dry for 15 to 30 minutes. Then I take a soft, clean cloth and vigorously buff the wood to a glorious sheen. Friction caused by rubbing vigorously will melt the paste wax onto the wood and protect it from future environmental damage. We are done, and honestly, I can't even tell which one had the water damage. I'm going to bring these into the house, and then I think we should head out to buy a fern or two. Here in New York's Hudson Valley, the autumn foliage is at its most colorful. I hope you enjoy the short drive.
I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now, just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found.
Success! My local supermarket has a Boston fern. I also buy some cut flowers for a vase and some flowering plants for the window garden. And here is our botanical loot from the supermarket. So I have the Boston fern here, and I just have to remove this hanging apparatus. Comes off very easily. Then I'm going to tuck this into a little jardiniere, and then we can bring this into the parlor. Oh, and here are the other flowers that I bought for the bathroom window garden. So I have two pink kalanchoe. It's spelled kalanchoe, but I think it's pronounced kalanchoe or kalanchoe. Two pink, one yellow, and then I have some pink chrysanthemums, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these in just a moment. Let's bring the fern into the parlor. This is for the table next to the slipper tub. A little floral food. Stir. Then I have some boxwood sprigs from my garden. Boxwood lasts and lasts in a vase. You can keep the boxwood and just replace the flowers as necessary. We're going to bring all of these things upstairs to the bath. These asters have finished blooming. I'm going to plant the plants in my garden, and then I will replace them with the kalanchoe. The tropical narcissus paper whites that you and I planted together are now beginning to sprout. I will show you the bulbs again when they are in bloom. Meanwhile, the chrysanthemums and African violets are all continuing to bloom on the broad sill and glass shelves in the window. Let's head downstairs to the kitchen. I think our leeks are solidly frozen by now. So here are my leeks, all frozen. And the reason I flash freeze them in a single layer is so that when I transfer them to bags, I won't have a solid clump of leeks. I'm going to try to do this without making a mess. I want these to lay flat in the freezer in order to save space. Expel as much air as possible. I'm using standard Ziploc bags because all of my reusable silicone bags are already in use in the freezer. Oops. Since Mr. Fox and I do not eat leeks every day of the week, I would say this is a good year's supply of leeks for us. Into the freezer. Well, I think we deserve a reward for all of the odd jobs we accomplished today. I'm going to fix a lemon loaf cake that we can enjoy with afternoon tea. Now this cake is really simple to do. Start with 3 eggs. These are at room temperature. Then I'm going to whisk in 1 cup or 200 grams of granulated sugar. And my oven is preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Next, we need 1 cup or 240 grams of sour cream. Sour cream is going to give this cake, well, it's going to enhance the tanginess of the cake. Then whisk in a 1/2 cup or about 118 mils of some neutral oil. This is avocado oil. The oil is for moisture. Then I'm going to add the grated zest of 1 lemon. Oh, do I love lemon zest. I'm going to save the lemon juice for the glaze that we're going to put on the cake after it bakes. Now to really enhance the lemon in this cake, I'm adding 2 whole tablespoons of pure lemon extract. Move this aside. Then I'm adding 1½ cups or 220 grams of self-rising flour. And I'm going to stir this in with a spatula just until the flour disappears into the batter. The batter will be somewhat lumpy. So this is a 1 bowl cake batter. Then pour this yellow goodness into a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan that is either buttered and floured or sprayed with baking spray. I use baking spray because it contains flour. I'm going to pop this into the preheated oven until the cake puffs and just very lightly browns. That will take 50 to 55 minutes. Our cake has cooled, so now it's time to glaze it. So I have 1 cup or 120 grams or so of sifted confectioner's sugar in this bowl. And then I want the juice, some of the juice from a lemon. It's hard to know exactly how much liquid to use with the confectioner's sugar. It all depends on the consistency you want. And I should probably mention that my kitchen smells like a lemon grove in the south of France. That's a good thing. I'm going to let this firm up for just a few minutes, and I'm going to brew some tea. Now I get to do one of my favorite things in the world. I get to read your comments on YouTube. I also get to eat cake and sip tea. This cake is so moist and fragrant and so easy to make. I hope you'll give it a try someday. You guys write the nicest comments. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We certainly accomplished a lot. We made breakfast, we harvested and processed the leeks, we restored a pair of 19th century Fern Stands. What else did we do? Oh, we shopped for flowers and arranged them for the upstairs bath, and we made this wonderful cake. Again, thank you for spending time with me today. I really appreciate your company. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you would click the like button. And I can post a couple of my other videos up here or up here that you can watch between now and my next upload. Until then, please take good care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye for now.